Hey, hello, how are you? I'm going to do a talk tonight about New Year's Eve. And while I do that, I'm going to talk about planning. I'm going to talk about when it is appropriate to look ahead in time. So you can sit down or lie down. For me, it is 20 past 12 at night. I have my salt lamp here. I have a glass of water, and I'm in bed. And I just felt in the mood for speaking with you. Don't you just love speaking with friends? It's so special to have that engagement, that eye contact, the lean forward of a head, the tilt forward of a body, the chin upon a hand as someone looks into your eyes and listens to what you have to say. Listens, hears, processes and cares. That's just untouchable, isn't it? It's just amazing. So today in ASMR we're going to talk about New Year's Eve goals, and this also matches up with my much belated 14-day mind-body cleanse, which went off the rails when several things happened in my house. And if you haven't been listening to my content, you won't know that I'm yawning. I'm so tired that there was a flood in my house, and there's so many things. It's kind of funny. One son stabbed the other in the eye with a toothbrush, but that's okay. One son got a perforated eardrum. We had to get temporary accommodation, and that was okay. I have New Year's Eve coming up soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really special time. I'll be going out in my favourite area, which is Brunswick. You can look up Brunswick in Google, Brunswick, Victoria. It's a really amazing place, full of kitschy little cafes and cornered darkly little bars where you can listen to acoustic guitar and talk to the barman about his life as he pours you a drink. Now that somehow sounds like a line from a movie. What's that? Billy Joel? Is there a Billy Joel song where you talk to the barman? It seems to ring a bell for some reason. Maybe you can let me know. How was your Christmas? Did it go to plan? Because you know they really do. And there's so much hype that Christmas is going to be awesome. So the contrast can be bitter-sweet, can't it? How was your Christmas? Was it okay? Did you feel loved? Did you feel listened to? Did you feel cared for? I do hope so. I do hope so. As part of the 14-day mind-body cleanse, I will remind you now to walk every day. It doesn't have to be for a long walk. To meditate every day, just a short meditation with stillness. A short, accessible yoga. Oh, I can't stop yawning. Just a short, accessible yoga session. Fill in that journal. Don't forget your journal, will you? It's so important. So important that you take care of yourself. That matters to me, you know. I want you to take care of yourself. Okay, so I have my computer over here. I've taken some, things are falling on the floor there. I've taken some notes. And I'm going to talk to you about what I do each year, and I've done this for years. I write 100 goals. Now, 100 goals sounds challenging, doesn't it? It's really not that hard when you break it up into bite-sized pieces. And that's what life's about. Breaking it up into bite-sized pieces. Manageable pieces. So you can slowly chew your life one bite at a time and swallow. That's so important. So important. That you take one breath, one bite, one moment at a time. I'm not saying it's easy. I struggle myself. So I hear you. Well, I have here my 10 categories. I divide my 100 goals that I write for myself in the days just prior to New Year's Eve. And this New Year's Eve, I hope to have a wild New Year's Eve full of smiles and interesting people in Brunswick. And I look forward to telling you all about it. So these are my categories. I'll read them out. And then we might discuss them. Excuse me, I'm just having a head scratch here. Number 1, relationships. 2, your physical health. 3, financial. 4, family. 5, your home. 6, a global perspective. 7, your spiritual journey. 8, partner. 9, declutter your soul. And 10, I've put here my journey versus my children's journey, and what I actually mean by that is finding balance. So I ask you to create 10 categories and you write them down in your journal or a piece of paper, and then you fold that piece of paper and you put it away. I cannot stop yawning. I think I'm just so relaxed. So other categories that we didn't discuss, things like fitness, holistic health, the environment, romantic love, finding peace. So the categories don't matter, but the categories allow you to start to compartmentalize your life. So for example, with the first one, relationships, then you could say all sorts of relationships. You could say what your short-term goals relationships are, your long-term goals. Perhaps you'd like to prune some of your relationships. Perhaps you'd like to reconnect with people from your past. Perhaps you'd like to develop a structure with your friends. For example, have a monthly get-together or something like that. So you can easily create 10 sub-goals for the main category being relationships. Then I talked about physical health, and there's so many goals you can create there. You could divide your physical health into your spiritual, mindful, and body health. Or, what is another way you can divide it? You decide. Then, you could say to yourself, you could decide on an event you want to compete in, a charity run perhaps, a walk for a particular cause. So 10 goals there are pretty easy as well, don't you think? The next one I've got is financial. Now you can do this with each of the goals, just divide them into 10 pretty easily. Remember that your success or your happiness has a lot to do with your weakest link. So the link in which you feel you struggle the most, whether it's relationships or whatever other category. That is the category in which you need to put the most focus. I've talked to you about my apple pie technique, that an apple pie can be full of beautiful, juicy, delicious apples, but the piece of pie with the rotten apple can spoil the whole pie. So do any of your categories, if you imagine them as a piece of apple pie, do any of your categories, are they your rotten piece of pie? They're the ones you should focus on, whether it's financial or romantic love or whatever else. You know why? Because you deserve happiness, but more than that, you deserve it now. And life passes by so quickly. I watched a video today on Netflix called The Others, and it's about a person who has cancer. I won't tell you too much. It's really worth seeing. And it made me think about what I have. And it's important that we try and have a realistic focus for what we have. Not to negate what we don't have, because we do need to be realistic. And we have a right to feel grief. We have a right to feel loss. But with perspective. I talk about the importance of being in the moment and how it's so important to be in the moment. I also talk about the story of the guru who meditates on the hill. And if he meditates every day and never looks into the future, he doesn't eat. In order to eat, we need to plan. Planning is important. And when we plan, we enjoy the journey. We enjoy the anticipation. We enjoy the waiting. We enjoy the prepping. The packing your bags for that amazing mountain trip. We enjoy the journey, not just the arrival. And when we plan at New Year's Eve, we're planning to be in the moment of every blessed moment of the upcoming year. And we're planning to appreciate every blessed moment of the upcoming year. So, write down your goals, your 100 goals. If you want, you can create 15 categories. Then there's not so many goals to create, or 20 categories. It's really not that hard once you start it. You can do it. I'm falling asleep. I'm going to sleep. What's the time? 12:28 at night. And the roads are pretty quiet, which is lovely, because here they're not often very quiet. I think everyone's exhausted after Christmas. And I have a house which is empty tonight, which, for where I am at this moment, is wonderful tonight. really wonderful. Thank you for listening to me. I would love you to do your 100 goals, your 10 or 15 or 20 categories, and keep in touch. Let me know how you go, because I care. I want you to do well, and I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. I want you to enjoy every moment. I want you to enjoy every moment of the upcoming year. So relax now. Breathe in and out through your nose. Breathe slowly. Breathe slowly. And let your body go. And feel that sense of peace around you when you know everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Can you hear the ticking of the clock? And you can hear my computer. I'm going to shut it. The night is wonderful. It's so solitary and still. I love it. Good night, my friend. I hope you sleep well. I hope you are well.